This is a third grade lesson plan, and by the way, you already have it in your email right now awaiting you when you go back to your room. What I would like you to do as third graders is identify, write the definitions of some terms that we have up here. So if you would, get out your notebook. Go ahead and get out your notebook, get out your pencil, and here we go with the definitions. The first thing I want to define for you, and I want you to write down, is right angle. By the way, if you're sitting in the back, these are written right up here on the sideboard so you can see them. But feel free, again, as always, to get up and move around the classroom if you need to look. A right angle. Its definition, can anybody read that for me?
An angle with a measure of 90 degrees.
Good. An angle with a measure of 90 degrees. That's what you should write down. Right angle. Looking at the board, what's the next term?
Acute angle.
Acute. Acute angle. Write down acute angle. And who can read that definition for me?
An angle with a measure of less than 90 degrees.
Yeah, so this is an angle that measures less than 90 degrees, which we will be doing today. So you can see how big that is. Looking up at the front board, what's the next term? Obtuse angle. So write down obtuse angle. What is an obtuse angle?
An angle with a measure that is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees.
Good. Its measure is greater than 90 and less than 180 degrees. Excellent. And last, what type of an angle is written on the board?
Straight angle.
A straight angle, which is an angle with a measure of exactly 180 degrees. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds on your mark. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to look at those terms, try to remember what their definitions are, and then we're going to play a little game with it. Ready? Look at your definitions. On your mark, get set, go! Memorize them. Stop. Cover up your paper. With your hands, cover it up. Turn to your neighbor. Do not look up at either board. Turn to your neighbor. Turn to your neighbor. Do we have a neighbor to turn to? Can be 3 if you need. Uh-oh. Turn to your neighbor. And I want one person to describe to their neighbor what a right angle is. Right now, describe to your neighbor, what is a right angle?
90 degrees.
Partner, help them if they're incorrect. Is that true? The other person or another person in their group of 3, explain to your neighbors or neighbor what an acute angle is. Next person, obtuse. Remember, there's 2
Greater
pieces
than
to this
90
one.
degrees, but less than 180.
Superb job.
And a straight angle.
Is an angle with a measure of 180 degrees.
All right, now lift up your hands, look at the answers. That sounded very good to me. Excellent job. High five your neighbor. All right. What we're going to do today is you're going to be making these. Everybody see angle measures on here. We've talked about this earlier, that we have angle measures, and we just showed or talked about what a right angle looks like. A right angle has how many degrees? 90. You see 90 degrees right here. Okay, it says 90 degrees. So if I open this plate up, get hold of it, to 90 degrees, I can see, because of the two colors, what 90 degrees looks like. What does it look like?
Like this.
There you go. Look, oh, it looks like, look at that. Go like that. That muscle out there. Try not to pump it up too much because we don't want to mess up our 90-degree angle. 90 degrees. Yep, that is 90 degrees. Can anybody else show me 90 degrees? Ah, corner of the table. Good.
The floor and the wall.
The floor and the wall. Absolutely. Good. Yes. 90 degrees. That is roughly, if that were just in a little bit, 90 degrees. Absolutely. That's 90 degrees.